Our next story is about Martin Luther King, sort of. It's really about a black artist who has made a tradition of coming to New Hampshire to talk about King and being black in America. This is a story about Philip Walker and one man's dream.
Walk down just about any street in New Hampshire with Philip Walker. Chances are you'll notice a lot of people taking notice. It's only natural since there still aren't a lot of blacks here. Before coming to New Hampshire for the first time 6 years ago, Walker says he had a certain vision of the state, a view some of his friends at home in California still carry.
We are sure, we are absolutely positive that you guys are complete racists and lie about it, okay? As opposed to, we are sure the Mississippians are complete racists and admit it.
That stereotype was completely shattered when Walker started spending time here as a resident artist. Ironically, shattering stereotypes is just what Walker does himself in reverse, before mostly lily-white audiences in places like Goffstown.
You guys sleep? Teach them how to do it. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They start off with the stereotype. I mean, as soon as they see my face, as soon as they see my skin color, then they decide who I am and what I'm going to do. They've got this whole thing set up. They're not even aware, probably, of all the stereotypes that they have set up. But because I'm aware that they're working from those stereotypes, the very first thing I do is something that doesn't fit into those stereotypes. That's the very first thing I do. And you can see their mouths go, that's not what you're supposed to do. If I say to you, George Washington, I don't know who George Washington is, you'd go, huh? You don't know who George Washington is? No, George, well, what did he do? George Washington, I have no idea who he, oh, George Washington, I saw a picture of that guy. He's a white guy. I don't know no white guys. You think I was crazy. What do you mean? It doesn't make any difference whether George Washington is white, black, brown, yellow, red, purple, green, orange. It doesn't make any difference. He is the father of our country. And if I am an American, I'm supposed to know what he did and who he is.
But, says Walker, it's important for white people to try and understand black culture and all of the cultures that make this country great.
And so to be a person who has no connection to all of the many, many subcultures that make up our American culture is to know nothing about America. America is diversity. How many of you have heard the term slavery? Raise your hand. I told you it was easy, see? See that? Put your hands down, show-offs. Put your hands down.
Then Walker launches into a section of his one-man play, A Slave's Folk Tale.
Way back in slavery time, there was a man named John. Hot John the Conqueror, they called him. And old John was a bee-man. Be there when the times is hard and be there when it gets better.
The bit is funny, but sad. It indicates the image slaves had of themselves. It seemed to hit home. Did it make you understand black people better?
Yeah, must have been hard for them when they were slaves and everything.
Now I understand how they lived long ago and about the slavery and stuff.
I like the folk tale that he told.
I enjoyed the play very much.
Would you like to have someone like Philip as your friend?
Yes, I would.
I opened doors just like doors were opened for me. And so that with the work that I do, I seem to have a way of being able to go into a community that's, for instance, completely white. I mean, no minorities of any race. And be able to hook up and connect up and allow the young people to feel that they are a part of me and that I am a part of them.
Walker likes working with children whose ideals about love and freedom thrive untainted.
Well, I'm a human being. I touch them. They know I'm real. They can hear me breathing. It's not some image that was created on some box. And so that puts me in a situation that if their programming of this brainwashing is not too very complete, I have this live human connection and I can shatter that program.
Like slavery, these children had of course heard of Martin Luther King. Said one fourth grader, He helped white people understand that black people are no different than them.
He had a dream of peace and brotherhood. Some called him a prophet, and some misunderstood. But Martin, your name will never be forgotten.
He's not a lobbyist, but it doesn't mean Philip Walker doesn't spend time in New Hampshire pushing for a Martin Luther King holiday. He says once children push their parents enough, adults and the legislature will get the message. Walker comes to New Hampshire via the New Hampshire State Council on the Arts.
And that's it for New Hampshire Journal this week.